work on time, what to do if you need to be off of work or you can't report yourself. Who do I call? When do I need to call? And so forth. If I don't call, what happens? That's called a no-call, no-show. What are the implications to my job if I just fail to show up? So you'll find all that in the 705 attendance and punctuality section. 706 is personal appearance and dress code. There are some, I shouldn't say strict, but there's some guidelines for what you need to wear to work and what you should not be wearing to work. You'll find that all in this section. From what clothes can I wear, what shoes can I wear, how should my nails look, that sort of thing. All of those things are spelled out in this section here. Uniforms I should wear, just casual day, what is it, and so forth. 705, solicitations. We all occasionally will solicit our fellow employees. What is acceptable, what's not acceptable. Basically anything that's going to distract someone from doing their job is not acceptable. When do I need to get permission, and so forth. You'll find that there. 705, workplace violence prevention. In this time of strange things happening in the world, what do I need to look out for, whether I'm on the road or if I'm here in the building? I shouldn't be bringing firearms or any other type of weapons to work. What do I do if I see someone that does that? Who do I talk to? And so forth. What do I do if I see a suspicious individual? So that section will spell that all out for you. 709, safety in the workplace. If I'm hurt on the job, what are my responsibilities? If let somebody know right away that you've had a workplace injury that happened on a Friday, they don't want to hear about it on a Monday, we want to know right when it happens so that we can get you medical attention if you need it, and they can file all the proper forms and make sure that it is indeed a workplace injury. Especially in the atmosphere that you're working. Anything could happen, so make sure that even if it's a small prick of a finger or paper cut and that you're exposed to chemicals, we want to make sure that everything is taken care of as far as on-the-job injuries. For those of you that drive for the organization, the next section talks about driver safety, submitting verification that you have a legal license, following laws that are out there, like I have to wear my seatbelt, I have to follow the rules of the road. Can I use my cell phone while I'm in the car? The answer to that is no. So we're not make sure you're not driving or talking on the phone at the same time. All those things that will keep you safe. So that section kind of talks about that. Use of phone and mail systems kind of goes with computers and personal cell phone usage, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But all of those things, like I said, with harassment, are kind of like the things that are happening in the workplace now that are probably the most predominant. Misusing phones, misusing computers, misusing the internet are considered a theft of time. So we want to make sure that when we're at work, we're doing our work and we're not using the phones or the mail systems for personal time, that we're not downloading the information that we should be downloading on the computer, that we're not playing games, we're not shopping. All of those types of things that seem to get people in trouble nowadays. You can think that that is something that people would know, but they do need to be reminded of that. So section 711 just talks about the phone and the mail is company property and just needs to be treated that way. Tobacco use, this one's a real easy one because in the state of Michigan now we can't smoke anywhere inside any building. So also changed to Crittenton. We cannot smoke inside the building. For those of you that go and see patients, of course they're going to probably smoke in their homes if they want to, but smoking in a patient's home is also particularly make sure that you don't do that, even if they are. 713 talks about emergency closings. If we have a tornado, if we have a flood, if the electricity goes out, what are the expectations for our employer? Basically, we are considered open unless your supervisor tells you to go home. So there are some numbers there too for calling numbers if there is an issue and you want to get a hold of somebody just to confirm. There's some numbers there that you can call. Visitors in the workplace. A reminder that only authorized visitors are allowed in the workplace. It's not appropriate to bring your girlfriend or your boyfriend into work or bring your children. If you have a daycare issue, you need to take a PTO day and not bring those children into your workplace. So only authorized visitors. 715 talks about use of facilities and equipment. Again, same with the computers and the phones and the mail. It's for business purposes only. So this facility is business facilities, so we're using that for business purposes. 716 again talks about computer and email usage. With this too, we also want to say that with a computer, there is no expectation of privacy. We all remember the want me to go past this thing. A company computer is a company computer, so if you're using it for personal purposes, your organization does have a right to look at that, so they will know that you're doing it. I already talked about that this time. Same with the internet. There's no expectation of privacy on internet usage here either. Want to remind you that you shouldn't be downloading any information that's not for business purposes. Shouldn't be going to any inappropriate sites that might be, there's all kinds of inappropriate sites out there that we all know about. But basically we want to use the internet for business purposes only. 718, social media. This is a relatively new policy for all of our clients. Social media policy is the guidelines regarding using Crittenton's name. So if I'm out on Twitter, if I'm out on Facebook, if I have a blog, and I mention Crittenton, what's appropriate use of the name of Crittenton and what's not. So this section kind of talks about that, what your the company's expectations are for the use of their name. Basically, you don't want to use it in any derogatory manner, and you want to be respectful when you use Crittenton's name. Okay, then the last policy in this section is 719, personal cell phone usage. Everybody carries a personal cell phone these days, well, pretty much everybody. And it's okay for you to carry it in at work, but just make sure that you're not abusing your personal cell phone use time. Turn it to either a buzz or something that's not going to ring or jingle or interrupt people. And then make sure that you're not abusing your personal cell phone usage time. Keep it to your lunch hours, keep it to your breaks. We see this with a lot of like retail establishments where there's young people that are in the back talking on the phone when they should be working. Those are things that people should know that that's not appropriate. Again, that's a theft of time. If we do have an emergency, it's okay to return that emergency phone call. We just don't want to be spending an absorbent amount of time on a personal cell phone when we're supposed to be at work. That's all about it. Last section, section H, is all about leaving Crittenton, which we hope that won't happen for a long time for you. But talks about what is an employee termination, when I resign or if I resign, how much notice do I have to give the agency. They would like a 4-week written notice if we can get that, just so that they can replace you. That would be optimal. If I do leave, what kinds of things do I have to give back to the organization? Basically, anything that's been issued to you, and there's kind of a list of different things that are expected to come back if you've been issued those things. That would be like cell phones and computers and CPR masks, labs, transport containers, all kinds of things that I don't even know what they are. Okay. And that's it. Now, in the back of your packet, you have some documents.
Can I just interject something? Just remember on the social media, you are never to be mentioning patients, and not, even though you think you might be disguising it, don't mention patient situations.
Right.
You have a few documents in the back. The first one is the employee handbook statement. And what that is basically saying that you received the handbook today and that you're going to read it. And I know everybody's going to run home tonight and read their handbook from abide by your policy. The next one is on sexual and other lawful harassment. And this is the one that we want you to read and make sure that you understand. What is it? What do I do if I encounter it? What are my responsibilities as an employee? What are the employer's responsibilities? Something like that. Then we've got confidentiality. What things do I need to hold confidential? What things should I not be copying or sharing with others? So you understand what that is all about. We've also got a non-compete agreement. And this is for holding yourself out for work on the side, doing the same thing that you do for Crittenton. What are the rules around that? And then the last one is the Crittenton Home Care Code of Conduct. Since you haven't seen that in a while, that is the Code of Conduct. We hope that everyone reads that and applies it. Any questions? I know I went through that really quickly.
I know we used to have a ethics committee that was always written where we could contact, you know, if there's an ethics committee that you can contact the step up to that satisfactory.
That's still in place, Adele. You know, it tends to be more, obviously more for clinical issues, but it is still in place.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you for your time.